lately I've been thinking a lot about consistency and routine and productivity and the difference between being consistent and productive and being unkind to ourselves. And after a conversation with a friend, I realized that I was really onto something deeper than just like surface level consistency. Like, why isn't this working for me? So, a little backstory. With my art career, I recently, well, not recently, last year around March, I left a corporate job that I was in for 2+ years, and I was struggling with it a lot. And I left. I took a big leap of faith to become an artist full time. And I am still here doing the thing, surviving and making it work. And looking back on the past year, I have a lot of thoughts on consistency because I spent a lot of my year trying to create routines and patterns in my life that were consistent. But the whole time, there's this big black ant crawling on my foot. Sir, please go away. Anyways, anyways, spent a lot of time trying to build these routines based on this 24-hour or weekly idea of what consistency is, which I now do not subscribe to, which is so hippy dippy. But lately, I've been letting go of a lot of very standard social constructs like consistency on a 24-hour schedule because I am not a man. I am a woman and I live my life on a monthly schedule. And so this past month, I was being so hard on myself and I was judging myself and being upset that I couldn't keep a weekly consistent schedule. Like, I was in the studio every morning from 9 to noon for a week, and it was great. And I was having a great time. And then the next week, I couldn't do it. Like, my heart wasn't in it. My soul wasn't in it. I had no energy. My body was in pain. This branch, my body was in pain. And so I was like just frustrated because I felt like I couldn't keep consistency in the definition that I had learned it in. And until I had this conversation with a friend who was going through the same kind of thing. And we were talking, and I was like, what if consistency looks different for us? What if consistency looks like one week I'm doing art studio mornings for a whole week, and afterwards I'm in my computer doing my admin work and doing my posts, and then the next week I'm doing nothing because I'm in pain and have a headache and feel antisocial. Maybe that's consistency. And what's consistent about it for me is that every month I know I'm going to be consistently like very productive one week, kind of productive another week, and then very slow the week after that. And instead of forcing myself to try to fit into this box of the 24-hour consistent routine, that I've freed myself essentially. So it seems so obvious to me now, but when you experience it and you're like in it, it's so hard to see. And as an artist, as a creator, as someone who's doing soul led work, this feels like a really important concept to grasp and to notice and to implement into my life and into my creative practice. So I've decided now, and we talked, me and you, we talked last month about how I felt all over the place and like nothing made sense. And that was one of my down weeks. And then the week after that, I was like, everything makes sense. I know what I'm doing. I trust myself, etc., etc. And where was I even going with that? I think where I was going with that was Wow, I lost my train of thought. Hmm. Hmm. I digress. Anyway, like where was I going with that? Now, right, we were talking last month about this, and I figured it out. Everything made sense. And then I went through the same cycle again where nothing made sense, and it just clicked. Something clicked this month, and maybe it has something to do with the eclipse, maybe it doesn't. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've grasped the concept for myself and am now implementing it into my work life, work and creative life. And what that looks like is I don't ever intend to do anything daily. Nothing, not a thing. There's not a thing that I can do every single day. It may look different some days. And there's like no concrete foundation other than the tools that I have. But I will do things on a monthly basis. So I know, like, I don't know that I can get everything done the week that I'm feeling down or like the week of my bleed, but I know that I can get a lot of things done in an other week. So I will, like, I know that I have a certain, now I'm really rambling. Now I know that I have a certain amount of content and art projects that I like to accomplish in a month. So if I don't get to it one week, then I know I will get to it in the weeks where I'm feeling up to it. Nothing gets done every day. I don't have a normal daily routine. I have like a weekly, monthly routine. And it's been a game changer for my creativity. So I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe your schedule doesn't look like everyone else's, and that's okay. You just have to find the schedule that works the best for you. I might be out chit chatting in the middle of the swamp on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. And that's what works for me. And then I might be painting from 9 p.m. to midnight another night. And there's the ant again. Um, I digress. That's what works for me. And so maybe you can get something done every single day and your day looks the same all month. And that's amazing. That's always who I wanted to be. But after leaving corporate, I realized that is not me at all. Not even close. Not even, I can't even believe I tried or wanted to fit into that. I feel so reborn, a new person. But yeah, that's my little thoughts on consistency. And I was going to write more about it in my Substack, but felt like I wanted to get out of my head and into my body when I'm like thinking about and talking about these concepts because I can over edit things too much and I'm not going to edit this video very minimally. So, yeah, that's my stream of consciousness. And thank you for watching. And if you want to follow along on my journey in other ways, like reading or visually, you can find me on social media. And you can also find me on Substack, where I write and send ideas and pictures and really fun newsletter that's not like marketing, you know? So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Thanks for being here.